Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating 2 cards, but I'm going to limit the amount of supplies that I can use, as in I'm going to limit my supplies to 1 sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Now I've got 2 different pads out because I thought I would have a look through, because from a piece of paper I will need some sort of cut apart, so something that I can sort of fussy cut, and also something that would look nice as a background. And I thought it'd be quite interesting to see how challenging this is actually going to be. See, I love that side, and we can use that and we can, so that's a possibility. This is Fabulous Roses. I did get this from B&M, but I think the Works might actually have it. I'm not 100% sure, but this is a possibility. So I can see, yeah. So we'll put this to one side. Let's see what other bits we have. So I've got quite a few elements, and obviously I have to be able to work it. And I do hope you're going to try this as well at home. As well. I like this one as well, but I'm not 100% sure whether or not that would be enough. Right, do you know what? I did like the idea of vintage. So I quite like that. That would make a lovely, what do you call it? That would make a lovely bottom, but then it's just pink at the top. On the other side. So let's have a look. I am going to add a few little bits in, but it essentially is just going to be 1 sheet of paper. So the only thing that I can add in is a sentiment. So I will go through my stash and have a look for some sort of sentiment to put on, because I know that from 1 sheet of paper you're not going to be able to get a sentiment from it. But I think I was thinking of the vintage one, but I am very tempted with this one. Let's have a look. This one is Vintage Urban, and again this is from B&M. So I quite like that. See, that would be nice. This one. See, I could see the background, and then I could fussy cut this. I could even fussy cut a few of these elements. So, right. Okay. I quite like this big butterfly one, but not really any good on the other side. Right, okay, I'm just going to look at these 2. So, I do hope you do try this, and I hope, because I just think, wouldn't it be nice to create something just out of very, very limited supplies? So, I've picked 2 sheets. I'll just put this back. And then what I'm going to do is, sorry if you'll just excuse me 1 second, I'm just going to get my embellishments out, if I can. This cupboard's quite jam-packed. I've got a couple of wooden projects that I want to do on my channel. So I have this, which is Little Fairy House, and then I've also got this box that I want to decorate. I will get around to them. I just have other things I want to do. I have so many ideas in my head that honestly I just don't know. I don't know where to start. Right, so this is my embellishments box. So I just went through and cut a load of bits up from paper, really. So all I want is sentiments. So I'm gonna have a look through that bag. So just 2 sentiments, and that's all I'm gonna have. Let me just bring my chair in. I am working on these card bases, which are 5.5-inch squares. Now, which do we go with? Which would be the hardest? I'm thinking, right, I'm going to go with this one. I might do another video doing that one. Let me just put this away as well. Well, just move it out of the way for now. Okay, so because I'm going with this one, so I'm going to use this as my background, and then I'm going to use this for fussy cutting. So I think the best thing for me to do is actually get out my cutter, my 12 by 12 cutter. So here it is, and then cut. So let's see, we want to cut it at 5.5 inches. Now I'm wanting to use that one for definite for the, I think that other corner one. So I'm thinking, yes, perfect. Right, so do that. So I'm going to fussy cut this one, I'm going to fussy cut that thing, and maybe a few other elements. So we can use a few bits, and we can even fussy cut a few of these out. So that's my fussy cut side. And then, so it's 5.5 squares, so let's see what we can do. So there's one, quite like that. Oh, I love that. See, that would make quite a nice card on it by itself. So, and we'll keep that because we don't know if we need that either. Right, so I'll move this out of the way. Please don't fall. There we go. So let me just fold these in half, and then let's get started. Oh, let's see. There we go. Right, so I am going to use some double-sided tape like I would usually do. I'm also going to add in some foam tape and some foam squares to give dimension, but most of us have that within our stash anyway. So what I'm going to do is, I really like this, so that's just a little bit bigger. So I really like that one, and then I'm thinking that one, so just make sure that you can see. I've got bits all over from the last project that I've just done. Right, so that's what I'm thinking. So for this, I'm quite liking maybe fussy cutting this and these, so around here. I don't think I'm going to have that calla lilian, and then have it here. So let's have a look. So let's fussy cut this out. If you can hear anything, I do put it. My daughter's upstairs, and she's right above my studio, and she's got a habit of singing, and she's a lovely singing voice. So yes, if you can hear anything, that's what that is. So again, I'm going to be quite mindful about waste and try not to waste much of this, because we are working with just one 12 by 12 sheet. And I did like that other sheet as well that I picked out, so I might come back and do another video on that one, because I don't actually have that much time. I'm about to actually go out, so, but hey ho. See what's on the back. Oh, let's see, there's a little element there we can fussy cut. So it's just making sure really that I'm going to cut one of them out. Excuse me. It's really just looking at the paper that you've decided to choose and having a look to see what bits you can sort of cut out, what bits are best for your background. Because essentially you need it to be good for both. So you want to try and choose a paper that has very little pattern on one side, so that you can have a less busy background. And then having, I did want to do those leaves. Let me have a look. Let's see if I can do this without. There we go. So yeah, so having one side that isn't as busy, and then you want one side that you know that you can get some elements out of to fussy cut. Yeah, because then at least then you can build up your card. So loving that. That looks, oh, see, move that there. Oh, that just looks stunning like that. I was going to put it on this one, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to just leave. I'm going to have it on that one because that just looks awesome. Right, that was a happy accident. So on this one, what am I going to do? I like the idea of this flower, and the poppy and the rose. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do very similar to that. So let's fussy cut this out. I'm hoping, right, we're on 10 minutes. I want to see if we can do this in under half an hour real time, so from start to finish. So that gives me 20 minutes. My scissors keep sliding down my fingers. I hate when that happens. So yeah, I hope we can do it. But I do this a lot, you know. I've just got ready to go out. My daughter's ready to go out, and my husband, he's staying here, so he has the house himself. So I've just made his tea, and do I want to keep that? Yeah, why not? And I've literally got about 45 minutes till I get picked up, and yep, I'm sat in my room, as you do, making cards. But I always do it. I always end up getting an idea, and I just have to follow it through. Otherwise I forget, and I'm useless writing things down. So that's a bit pointless. Yeah. Anyway, right. So nearly done this one. I've got a feeling it might be. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my little doggy. It's glorious outside. The sun is shining, and he's playing with the birds. So yeah, he's running in and out. He's on playtime. Right, okay. I don't want that leaf, so we'll get rid of that. And then I want that one. And then, yeah, we want this one. So we just do this. I'll be there in a sec. Sorry about that. My daughter's just come down the stairs playing with the dog. So if you hear anything, it's just them outside. Quincy's decided that Lucy has to give him a treat, hasn't he, Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all he ever does, is wants treats. So all I've done is, so I haven't done any more. I just came straight back on. And then I'm just going to cut this, but I've got a feeling this might be a little bit too big, but we will see. Yeah, it is just a touch. So I'm thinking, get rid of this. As much as I like it, get rid. And then I'm going to get rid of these leaves as well. I want to keep the poppy because I think that's lovely. And then I'm going to get rid of around this edge as well. If I was working on a bigger card, it would probably work. Oh, there we go, much better. That fits in lovely. Right, so on the back of these, I've got these little ones as well. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut a couple of them out, because I think these will make quite nice embellishments, won't they? Or I hope they will. I want that little yellow flower in. Yeah, so the sun is absolutely glorious today. It is really, really warm, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I prefer it when it's warmer. Right, okay, I'm not sure yet. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these bits, because I don't know if I'm going to use them yet. You never know. Right, I'm going to work on this one first. So the first thing I'm going to do is Actually, I think I quite like that there. I need to, let me just get my guillotine or my trimmer, because this is just, it said on the envelope that these were 5.5 by 5.5, but actually it was 5.25. So just trim that down, and let's trim this one down to 5.25 by 5.25. There we go. Okay, I'll move these out of the way, and then all I'm going to do is, much better, is stick these down. So I'm just going to get my double-sided tape and stick them down like that. Make sure it's even, and then I'm going to stick that down. So there's that one, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to think, yeah, like that. I'm just going to use my foam tape just to add some dimension into this piece, because I just think it needs it, just to make it pop even more, like this. It's very sticky. There we go. And then we'll put this on. And then the last thing to add is a sentiment. So I'm going to have a look through my stash and see what sentiment I have. Well, through the little bag. Where did I say I wanted that? No. Yep. There we go. So I have this little bag of sentiments in. I've got this one for someone special. Oh, that looks quite nice. There's someone special. No, don't like that. Okay, let's have a look. Nothing in that one. Oh, what about, I have this with loved one. Nope. I like that one. I need one more. One more. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look what's on here. Oh, I've got, no. We don't want to come apart. There we go. I like that one. Right, okay, so I'm going to use them too. Actually, I like that one. Yeah, right. Nothing like changing your mind at the last minute. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my foam tape again, and I'm going to just cut down it like that, and then I'm going to put this half on this piece and just cut that, and then I'm going to use the other half on this piece. I'm not very good at cutting, it's not very straight, and then we can use these bits when we come to do the other one. So okay, oh, I haven't stuck that very well. Let's see if I can sort that out. There we go. Right, and then I'm just going to put this very simply, and then those two bits actually I never thought. And there you go. It's not very good. I haven't done a very good job with that. Right, no, I don't like it. It's not a very good job, and I just think if you're not going to do it right, why do it at all? So get rid of that. Let's find something else. Okay. I must have something here. I know what I'll do. Very simple. I'm going to get it out. So I'm just going to trim this down. There we go. And then to disguise the fact that I'm not very good at cutting, I'm just going to rough up the edges. Like this. And I'm just using the edge of my scissors, so I'm not using any fancy tools or anything. So, and then I'm just going to use some foam along here. And a little bit more. And then put that on. And then I think we can call this card finished. So I'm actually just going to put it here along the top of there, like that. So there you go. There's the first card made out of our 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So I'm going to do this last one now. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put our base on. So again, I'm just going to put my double-sided tape on here like that, and then line that up nicely. Try not to move it. There we go. So there's that one, and then we have the corner on here. So I'm thinking, what opens there? So I'm thinking it looks nice like that, and I like this little bit of overhang as well. So I think I'm going to keep that. So again, just get my foam, and then I'm just going to put some bits of foam all on the back. Like this. And then just swap them in the sleeves. Oh, it's stuck to my scissors. And there, and then that last bit just there. Okay, so I'm back. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking the backing off, and then I'm just going to stick that just around here like that. So that's what we have, and then get my sentiment, which doesn't look very straight. It says best wishes, and I'm just going to put this best wishes down there. Like that. And there you have it, our second card. Right, I'm just going to clear the desk and I'll be back. Okay, so I am back. Oh, I've knocked the camera just a little bit too much. I've still got this, which part of me wants to add actually. Oh. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add that there. So I'm just going to stick it with a bit double-sided tape. So I don't really want it up anymore. And we're just going to stick that on there. Oh, I like that. Right, anyway. So we had one sheet of 12 by 12 and that was it. And I looked for a sheet that we could use as a backing and what we could use to fussy cut. And this is what I've come up with. And you know what? I think they look lovely. Do you know, I really do hope that you try this, because it really challenges you. Obviously your sentiments take out of your stash, and then this one, I think this one's my favourite, but I knew that as soon as I cut it out. I just love the arrangement of all the flowers. I think it works. So yeah, so there you go, that's it. 2 cards made using 1 sheet of 12 by 12 paper and just a couple of sentiments out of my stash. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's inspired you to also try this for yourself. Please do like and share, and if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.